Want to make some extra cash? Easy peasy. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made over £400 on my first month on Vinted. I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide and also some handy tips at the end of the video, so stick around. I'm Fran. I recently left my 9-to-5 corporate job. In the meantime, I still need to make some money, and selling my clothes has been great to add a little bit more money into my pocket. Come on, let's go to my office. I'm here. Welcome to my office/boudoir. This is where the magic happens. Magic of money making. Let's start off with the chapters. So I'm just going to put the timestamps of the chapters here. So if you want to rush down to any of these sections, just go for it. That's fine. So what is Vinted? Vinted is an online platform where you can buy and sell secondhand clothes and accessories. It's really handy if you've got a load of clothes that you haven't worn for ages and you want to kind of declutter and get rid of stuff. Vinted is available in Europe, including the UK where I am, but it's also in France and Germany and a few other countries. I believe it's also in the United States. I'm obviously in the UK, so everything is going to be done from a UK perspective, but I believe that the hints and tips will be relevant for all. So the reason why I like Vinted over any other platforms is how user-friendly it is. I find it really simple and easy to use. There are no seller fees, and on top of that, the buyer pays for the postage as well, which means what you sell your items for is what you get. Brilliant. Vinted is available on your phone and online. If you haven't got it, please download it and then we'll go through the interface together. This is your interface. You have 5 options at the bottom: home, search, sell, inbox, and profile. Home is just what other sellers are selling. Search is obviously you can search any of the items that other people are selling. Sell is where you sell your items. I will go through this with you. The 4th one is inbox, which is all your communication to buyers and sellers. And then your profile, you need to add your profile. And where you've got in your profile is you've got wardrobe, which is where all your items are. Reviews, where all your reviews are put. And then about is where you put your own profile. This arrow on the left kind of gives you options of all the different things that you can do. Settings, so this is the one where you need to set your things. Top one is profile details. And this one includes your photograph at the top. Click onto it and you can upload a photo. I would suggest that you put a photo of your face, because then you could visually be a real person that you're talking to. That is so important when it comes to selling items. I feel more comfortable doing business with a face rather than an image. About me, I think it looks more professional when you have a little bio. You can use it as a sales tool. I always like to maximize how pre-loved my clothes are. So I've put I love to mix designer, high street and vintage finds. I've got unique items. I'm a thrift lover. I like sustainable fashion. I've written that all my clothes are lovingly cared for in a smoke pet-free household. In account settings, that's where you want to put all your kind of personal details and how you verify your account. Payments is where you put your details in so you're able to withdraw the money that you've made from the account, and also to pay for items if you're going to buy on that platform. Postage is a very interesting one. That's basically all the options that you're going to have available for your buyers to have. And I'm sure it'll be different in different countries, but for the UK, this is the UK kind of postage that's available. And then you've got security, which is more like verifications, notifications, blah, blah, blah. Once you've filled all these settings out, then you're ready to sell. What can you sell on Vinted? Well, primarily it's clothing. It's also footwear and accessories like hats and bags. You've got homeware and textiles, including blankets. And you've also got beauty products on there. What can't you sell? Obviously, counterfeit and fake stuff. You don't want to be doing that. Illegal goods, so no naughty naughties. Used beauty products, yuck. Intimate items. None of your little undies on there. And also swimwear. I don't think you can put swimwear on there. Also, sometimes I do see some dodgy stuff. That gives you a general overview of what you can and can't sell. One item I have decided to sell, my Carl's sweatshirt. Now this has been washed, so it's clean. I always suggest that you iron your items, just because I think when you go to photograph it, it showcases that you really do love your clothes. And you see so many wrinkly stuff on there. Ugh, I would not buy a wrinkly top. I'm gonna iron that now, and then I'm gonna take some photographs of that. I like to hang this up on the wall against a white background. I like to just make it as neat as possible. I also like to showcase a little bit of the label if it's a brand. I like to take a picture of that, take a picture of the front. Then I also like to close in onto the brand itself, the collar. And then often I kind of take a picture of the fabric. Maybe a little bit of the detailing will be quite nice as well. So I'll just take a picture of that. And then I take a picture of the back. I think it's good to kind of showcase the details as well. So once I've done the front and the back, I will then take a picture of like anything. Like sometimes I'll lie it out, a cuff detailing. I will maybe put that cuff there, take a picture of that cuff detailing. If you're selling branded stuff, you've got to take a picture of all the labels. So let's have a clear picture of the label there. So I'll take a picture of that. Inner label as well. So I'll just take a picture of that label there. So that's that. Right, back to the office. There's a lot of advice to take photographs of yourself in your clothes. I've never had to do that. If you can, take pictures of yourself just so that people can see how the clothes fit on your body. So shall we go through how we upload? Go into your Vinted app, press sell, and then it says add up to 20 photos, and just press upload here, and then just add in the photographs that you think best represents your item. So I've got a front one here, I've got a back one, some of the collars I like, here's another back one, some of the detailing, and some of the other labels. Then press done, then all of them come here, and then what you can do is you can order. So you can order like the items. See that? Just press on it and you kind of just drag and drop. So I like to start with like a picture of the front, then the back, the label there, you got the cuff, and then you've got some of other detailing as well. So maybe I can put that there. I believe you can switch this around. So if you have a picture that's on the side, you can rotate it. So just press into the photograph and then you can rotate. Next, and that's done. So title, what we have is a grey cos relaxed sweatshirt. Okay, then you add your description. It's good to template your description so you're not always rewriting it. So I go into my notes, so I'll just copy this, paste my template. The top is very good condition, only worn a few times, that's true. I would say it's a washed grey cos sweatshirt. I can delete that. Size is medium. So what I do, I actually write down specific measurements in here. So for tops, I measure the shoulder, chest, and length of the item. Then I always write measure against a favorite sweatshirt to check the fit. Just so that you're covered in terms of sizing, all the details there if someone wants to measure and see if it's the right sizing that they want. And then finally, I put like the material. I'm just pausing it here because there is one final important thing. If there are any defects or anything wrong with your item, you must clarify it here. Make a note in the description, like whether or not there's a hole in the item or if there's a stain on there. Make sure you put that in the description. It's important that you're honest about the item that you're selling. And of course, take a photo of it, have it in your picture library. Go on. Now that's what I put in my little description. You also have categories here that you need to fill out as well. So category is, so jumper sweatshirt, so I'll put it in sweatshirts. More details come up. Brand, cos. Size is a size medium. Measurements. Now I write it in my description, but you can also write it in here and they take inches. So I just need to do a bit of a conversion. Done. Condition, mine is very good. Colours, grey, material, it's cotton. Then you go into pricing. For this one, I'm gonna put 20 quid. And then you come up with parcel size, that's fine, medium. If you're happy with that, press upload. There it is, item listed. That's all done, there. Oh, there we go. So now you've gone through that, you've uploaded your first item, and all you need to do is now wait for someone to be interested in it. Now, here are my hints and tips. Costing. I think you need to be reasonable, but there's some considerations that I think about. How much does it actually cost you to sell your item? So I need to get a train in to drop off my stuff. You need to pay for packaging and also labels as well. Because sometimes you have to print out labels. All this kind of costs me around £4 to £5. So that's my minimum. If I don't sell something above that, then I'm making a loss. So I would work out your minimum costs for when you drop off your items. Then you look at the item itself. So you can look at other people's posts to gauge what people are willing to pay for. I tend to put it a little bit higher than other people. And I think having a shop or having a Vinted site with all your clothes that looks premium will add to people willing to pay more. Offers. So when I first started using Vinted, I didn't realize how important offers are. Often, most people won't buy your item at the price that you put it at. So most people will offer a price that they're willing to pay and will send you a message via your inbox within Vinted. And you'll get a notification when someone makes an offer. About 90% of my sales are from offers. So someone would write an offer, you can either decline it or accept it, or create an offer for them. I like to negotiate. So I always put £5 more than what the item should be sold at. So I've got a buffer of negotiation power. I also think it's worth pointing out the psychology of shopping online. If someone's ready to make you an offer, give them the counter offer within like 5 minutes, because they're basically ready to buy. And so I often make the sale soon after somebody's made an offer. It's the most important time, because once they've had time to think about it, they might not want it. But in that moment in time, they want to make a deal. So go for it. Make those offers. Once you've made a sale, then you're ready to pack. I spent ages looking for good packaging. I'm actively trying to be more sustainable when it comes to packaging. So I bought like this recyclable bag from Amazon. I felt like this was the right price point. It wasn't too expensive. The right size for my items. So think about the size of your items and what packaging you need. But this was the medium bag, so it could take like small t-shirts up to jumpers, and that's primarily what I'm selling. So this was a really good one, and it's recyclable, and it comes in a nice purple colour. For those in the UK, I'll link this down below because I think these are really nice and smart. Recyclable, climate neutral, brilliant packaging. For labels, I had loads of these. So when I print off my labels, I put them in here. So these are the kind of two things that I use. Now, this is the hardest one to talk about, posting. Let's go back into the app. This will definitely be different depending on which country you are in. So if we go into Vinted and we check the postage, there's a list of different delivery options here. InPost, Yodel, Every, DPD and Royal Mail. I'm just pausing it there whilst I'm editing. I forgot to mention that you can switch off and on the postal services that you can use. So figure out which are the easiest ones that you can get to, whether or not your drop-offs are around you in your area. So remember to do that. The most popular one that buyers use, for me, is InPost. Maybe I've done one Every postage, and I've done one Royal Mail, but majority of them have used InPost. Now what happens is once you've made your sale, it will go into like your inbox as a sale, and then the buyer will pay for the postage, and then you'll get a label within the inbox. That could either be a printed label or a digital label. Digital label obviously means you don't need to print out, which is the best, and I prefer that type of label. Once you get a digital label, you either go to a drop-off point or a locker. From the drop-off point, you will get the person there to scan in your QR code. So the digital label is a QR code, and then they will print off a label, they'll stick it onto your package, and then you drop it off. The locker, for InPost QR code digital label, you scan it into the locker scanner, and then a locker will open, and then you put it in and close it. That's it. You don't need to print a label. With Every, I had to scan it, and there was a printer within the locker. You print a label off, and then you stick it onto your package and then post it. So digital labels are pretty easy. Printing off labels are easy if you have a printer. I don't have a printer, so I have to go elsewhere. I have to get a friend to print a label off for me, or I have to pay for a label, either at the local stationers or at the library. So you print it off, you put it on your package, and then you drop it off at either an in-store or at a locker. So this is me at a locker, InPost locker. Going up to the screen, it's a little bit grubby,
Ew,
so
there's some dirty bits
gross.
on there. It's grim.
Grim. So you touch the screen, it will prompt you to
Return or send the parcel.
Your parcel. Press that. You enter your code. I'll have to just pause over this because you don't want to see my code. And once you get to your code, you put your code in, you scan it.
Confirm.
You then get in. So yeah, you press the things. You press the. Just go through the screen. You'll figure it out. Confirm. Blah de blah. Once that's all done.
Oh
yeah.
This one opened.
There you go. It opened.
Place it in here.
Yeah, place it in there.
Close.
Right, that's it. Confirm. I'm just going to pause that. It's just
done. Finish.
one thing's worth saying is lockers are in random places and sometimes they feel very unsafe, if I'm honest. So find a locker, do it in the daytime because it feels safer. That's me posting. The other one, which is a little bit different, is Royal Mail. So the buyer actually pays for you to pay for a label. Note, you have to buy your prepaid labels online. You can't get them printed off at the post office. Royal Mail takes a little bit more effort to post, whereas the others, it's more or less print and drop off. So once you've made a sell, well done, you'll receive a shipping instruction that a buyer has chosen, and Vinted will give you 5 days to send that parcel. The majority of the postage companies will also send a confirmation that you've sent the item. It will also confirm when the buyer has it. Once the buyer has an item, it will automatically update. It will say item received, and then it might be a few days until you get the money into your account. So once you've got that into your account, it's yours, and there you have it. You've made some money. Brilliant. Most items that do well are high street to high-end high street. I think that's a really good sector within Vinted. Designer stuff, even though they've started to really push out like designer items, I think that the market on Vinted is more skewed to more accessible items, which are your high street and mid to high street. You do get a lot of fast fashion on there, but I think the market price is really low. So I'd say the middle ground is probably where your best bet to make your money. The things that were popular for me were Disney t-shirts. Disney t-shirts are popular for a reason because people are going to Disneyland, Disney World, and they want a Disney t-shirt for every day when they're there. So obviously it's in high demand. Now, maybe it was because of the timing, just before the summer, but people are going to Disney all the time. Disney t-shirts were my fastest selling things, and it enabled me to get good ratings. How do ratings work? Once you've made a sale or you've bought something, you have an option to give that person, buyer or seller, a rating out of 5 stars. Vinted will prompt you to make that rating. Whenever I'm asked to leave feedback, I'll leave feedback. And it just has to be a few words like great buyer, little emoji of hands up or something, and that's it. And then people can do that to you. And if people don't rate, it will automate a rating for you. So Vinted will automate a rating for you if the buyer or seller doesn't reply back to the feedback request. And the automated response will be 5 stars from Vinted. And that's how I made all that money in like a month. Like I said, it's a brilliant app, great process. Once you get into the swing of things, you'll be selling loads of items. So that's my rundown on Vinted. Best of luck to make your sales and let me know how you go. Great.